Hello, welcome to your new happy place, or welcome back. Today, I wanted to have some fun and talk about a quote that I'm sure everyone has heard before, um, and it's one of my favorites. I was going to attribute it to Marilyn Monroe, but then I was thinking about it. Now, this has been in my head for the last few days, because with this new channel, I'm thinking of these things. So beautiful, but I forgot to light the candle. What I was going to say is I was going to attribute it to Marilyn Monroe alone, but Eleanor Roosevelt, um, Gloria Steinem, and several other, God bless you, kitty, several other ladies have said this. And looking at this from perspectives place, which is my happy place, is to really look at things as many ways as possible. I'd like to look at this in a fun way and have the great answerer itself play along with us and give us some perspective on it. So, for a Monday night, not a bad conversation to have. So, let's go ahead and do that. And I just looked at my hourglass. I'm trying to get used to using it. I've noticed that I have remembered to, I love that sound. I have remembered to switch it in the beginning, but then I haven't remembered to look at it throughout. So, interesting little swell of experience I'm having with the new routines. Right? Okay. All right. Who's out first? Spirit. Who's up first? Well-behaved women rarely make history. Who's our mascot for that? The ivory wish fulfilling crow. All right. I think we're gonna read her hymn. I do believe it's a hymn. Which not that matters, but ooh, Beth Cole. I think she goes by the voice of God. Perfect. Perfect. Let's look up the ivory wish fulfilling crow. Hang on one moment. We're gonna look in here. What number is pardon me, please fast forward if this part doesn't work for you. But I would like to use this particular first oracle out to talk about that. Talk about the beauty of not conforming in the best way. All right, page 198. 198. There we go. All right. Number 39, Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Ooh, let me read that again. You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Whew. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. Even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. Beautiful. That is saying a whole lot. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuation of the external world, no matter what is happening around you. You can have what you truly want. And such knowledge does help soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers. That is exactly explaining well-behaved women behave now. Behaved, right? Well-behaved. Think of the word behave. Like, it's the way that people act when they have sense, right? Behave, behave. It's the way we're supposed to act. But anyway, getting into the root of that is You can have what you truly want, but only if you assert that you want it and it's good and true and it's for you and the universe supports you in that. Beautiful. Yay. What a good place to start with kind of I was trying to be a little silly here with like I said, Monday night for me, so I thought I'd have a little fun. I'm really starting to enjoy this aspect of talking to whomever might be on the other side of this moment in time and putting out the very, very best perspective that I can. Perspective that I am aiming to be a clear channel for. And I will always own that that's mine. That's my clear, direct channel that I ask for. And I try to keep clear. God bless you. Thank you, kitty. All right. Ooh, were you jumping? Okay. You can come out if you like. Ooh, untwist. Untwist. Restructuring how you go about your day. Heck yeah. Why well-behaved women rarely make history. Because it's regular. It's not, there's no chances in that. There's no risks in that. There's no perception in that. There's no life in that. There's no beauty in that. There's no, oh my, I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk about everyday life like it's nothing, but if you, as long as you're happy in the moment you're in, there's nothing to strive for, and that will be a wonderful place to be. But for the majority of us, conforming to the regular, the everyday perspective of, this is all there is. That's ending. The world at large is much bigger with the connections that we have. And then, what happens, in my opinion, is my perspective really, is that we're much closer for all of this distance that we have. We have to be. We have to be. We become way more aware of the energy around us in the best possible way. Distance brings us closer. All right, so perfect. We're going to put you up there. Thank you. Build. Perfect. Perfect. You can have what you truly want. Yay. You gotta make the choice, right? Yay. Ooh. What am I doing? Look at that. Got so excited. Now that's like the second time I did that. Talking and moving cards around at the same time. At least I got it right. Beautiful. Okay. Try to be a little bit untwist. You can have what you truly want. The universe is for you. So, if you're a well-behaved woman up until now, right? It would be the littlest thing. It would be the littlest thing that in this, everything is relative, right? And we are all in our own bubbles of existence, and we can project as much change onto the world as we believe we can. So therein lies the magic of your everyday life. The smallest change that you make in opinion, direction of traffic, wherever you aim your focus at, what you appreciate, okay, whatever you put the energy of appreciation into, you're multiplying, at least that's what I find in my experience. So, where am I going with that? The blade, it's yours. The blade. The blade. The blade aiming up is aiming your power to heaven, communicating with your connection with heaven. When you aim the blade down, it's you communicating heaven to earth. You can protect somebody with it. You can hurt someone with it. You know, the blade is the way. The blade is a word, and your belief is invoked via your word. What you believe comes out of your mouth, you know? Hopefully. Okay. So we're true in reverse. Okay. Yeah, because we're talking about taking those risks. Oh, that's where I was going with that. Even doing the littlest thing. Change your life. Change your life. And what it will really do is it'll change your perspective. It'll change your mental perception of you. And that little wave, that little ripple effect that you just created will just get you all like tickled with yourself and your ability to really notice your influence in the environment around you. And as I said in an earlier video, you know, that little bit of perspective shift is all it takes to just sincerely change everything. Everything. All right, we got the blade. Thinking about taking some risks and making history in our own worlds. Hello, voids. This is what the moon has to say. Can you see that? The void. Beautiful. It's all opportunity. It's all opportunity. I'm going to put this on. Okay. Hello, void. Go in with the ultimate goal of legacy. Untwisting beliefs so that they can retwist themselves and a forward trajectory that is yours, not just responding to the circumstances you find yourself in up until now, but yours. New choices, new perspectives, new directions of focus. Yay. Yes. Yes, spirit. Yes. Boundaries. See how this flower is growing out of her bubble? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Yay. All right. Well-behaved women rarely make history. And I'm going to change it to well-behaved people. Well-behaved humanity rarely makes history, right? It's not about the woman thing or the man thing at this point. It's about individuality and the opinion of the self and the belief of what the self can influence in the self's experience of the world and the life existence of the self. Like what it believes it's capable of is, you know, vastly expandable in any moment the self finds itself, right? And woo, yeah. Okay. Cut. Ooh, okay. Now let's. They're gonna be the top anyway. All right, I got you. Okay, here we go. Let me move this because we're through with the noisy cards. Excuse me. Let me say thank you again, all, for your participation in this lovely event. Yay. We already did that. Okay. So, maybe what I'll start doing now. Alright, here we go. The self. The king, yay! That's where we left off the last reading. Wonderful. Owning our perspective. Owning our moment. Owning our control. Our sun in our hand. All of our energy. Look at that. It's in our hands. The void is empty, right? Remember the empty space? The empty room? Untwist that dead end. If you watched the previous read, wow. I love that. I love that. Okay, where are we going? The seed, the potential, the pearl. Yes. Wow. That wish, and the potential that it has to grow, untwist, become. What are we taking as tools for it? The healer. Look at that, multiple 3 even. 3 heads on this circle. Amazing. Amazing. You know, like there's 3 positions to hold a sword, right? There's 3. 3 is a very, very good number. All right, so we're taking the healer in with us into the gold mine of potential. Changing history. Changing history. The judge. Changing the world. Changing the worldview. Changing our worldview. Changing our worldview. Behave. Behaves. Okay. Self. Going into the sea. King going into the sea with the healer. Why? Because of the judge. We have so much power. We have so much power in our non-conformity. You know, to express yourself fully and be a non-conformist, you know, it's meant to be for the highest good. And actually, if you just truly do it, it will always be. Because, you know, in my opinion, the creator is expression in all directions. It is what it is, you know, and that deserves a place. You know, no one should hide from anyone else. That's not at all the goal, in my perspective. So we find ourselves, you can truly have what you want, being the perspective we're talking about here. Beautiful. Okay. I think, the Father is underlying what you believe manifests. The seed becomes the Father, which is the manifest of the potential and the impulse of the acorn's impulse, right? The king self owns the impulse, right? Whatever they're willing to risk in order to become that person that makes history, right? For them in their own world. Knowing the perspective is the healer, you know, seeing yourself from every direction in that pure golden way that you have nothing to worry about. That's radical self-acceptance. Glorious. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to express, like in the finest way. If you're going to break the rules, break them in order to restructure them for yourself in a way that exemplifies what you believe is the utopia, you know. Leading by example, for instance. This is leading by example. You know, someone's got to climb higher first and see that that's where the view is, you know. Someone's got to jump in the void and be like, hey, there's more. Or trust, you know, that there is more, that there is a reason why. Okay. I kind of just lost myself in there, so we're going to move on to the... Well-behaved person rarely makes history. Rarely makes history. This is not to say that you should misbehave, but again, with the behaving being the word, I would take that part lightly. But it's kind of beautiful to really look at what small shift could you make to radically shift your perspective on your day-to-day life. And that would be, beautifully noticed by others because it's not for them. So, but at the same time, you're enjoying the new connection with you and yourself and the appreciation of what you put in motion for yourself, that it'll like exude from you, You're like having that glow. Like, yeah, I got a ivory wish fulfilling crow, yo. Yeah. I got the sun in my hands. Ooh. Word meets action. That's a decision right there. That's a choice made. That's a I'm going. That's a here I go. That's the blade in action. Interesting. And here's the self, the chariot. There's a lot of movement in both of those, right? Situation, which is how to behave, really, in the aspect of your own personal legacy making, right? So this is the significator of the conversation. This is the self. That is super, super healthy. Look at that. Ownership, knowing. This is Merkaba. This is your bubble. This is your understanding the riddle and ride in the middle. You got the star on your forehead. This is the stance of I understand that it's all for me, and I'm in the moment that I'm in, doing the best I can with the stuff I got to work with, and I know that this is all working for me. This is untangling the past because I'm seeing it a little differently now. I'm choosing a little differently now. I hope everybody chooses to see things a little differently, in whatever aspects, but until then, this is mine and I'm owning it because this is the only way that I can see it in the way that I feel good seeing it. And it's time to own our perspective. It really is. So this is so beautiful to see in the self. Yes. That is making history right there. Yeah, if you're move towards what you want to move towards. If you're going to put effort into something, make it inspired. Make it inspired effort. Foundation is you already know something. You already know what you need to know in order to change it. Right? As a foundation, it looks like you know what you need to know, but now it's time to claim it. Now it's time to claim it. Let's look at that a little further because self in the past. Okay, owning your influence on the environment. Queen of Pentacles. Owning your influence on the environment. Okay. All right, so that's the self as the king. All right, aware of your holding the seed, the potential, the influence you have. Okay. Surrounding. Beautiful. Harmony. Okay. This is for the good of unity, like of all, right? How to have harmony with others is to have harmony with yourself. All right. Self in the past, please. Oh. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Excuse me. 10 of Cups. All right. So satisfied. Aware. Yes. A healthy choice. I am going to get what I want because whether I make history or not, I'm making history for myself because the trajectory I'm looking at right now is not okay. Anything less than the king move on the South's behalf is not going to be acceptable. I love that. Let's I will definitely amp that shit up. I will. Well-behaved people rarely make history, right? Switch it up. Switch it up. Tease open the minds that are wondering what you'll do. Oh, where am I going with this? I had one here. All right, I had one here. Whew. Three of Cups. So Knight of Swords to Three of Cups in the future. Wow. Supported. That spirit of support. All of your eyes in balance. All of your harmony. Your joy. Your celebrational energy is like, yes, I did it. I did it. I loved myself. I loved, every aspect of the moment that I was in for the moment that I needed to. And like, look at that. I did it. I took a chance on myself. I took a chance on myself, and look at how it played out. And then that's taking full ownership of the baby that you just made. Okay, I'm getting used to it. Let me put them down. All right, this is self in the future, right? Wearing your heart on your chest. Love it. Knowing. You stand in a healthy place to distribute your wand from, right? You know where you stand. You know where you stand. That's your particular history making move, right? That's your particular stance. That's beautiful. This would be the cross between, okay, so the Queen of Swords in between the Knight of Swords and then the Chariot as the South. The Queen of Swords deciding that forward momentum of this is mine, I'm taking it, like in the best way. This is an action that I see in front of me that I've been speculating on about forever or for 10 minutes, and I believe it's for me. I'm going to do it. Versus holding yourself down with all of the previous junk that either you inherited or you gained through your upbringing, however, nurture, nature, whatever. But whatever it is, shake it off. It's a pass. Own yourself going forward. Own yourself going forward. And it'll all play out just the way that you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. Hopes. Faith. You are not alone. As long as you don't put your faith in other people, teammates, beautiful as they might be, are not where your faith goes. Your faith goes in your own connection with that invisible sixth pentacle right there. Your faith goes there. In yourself. The sun's in your hands. Now, they might have a sun in their hands too, and they should. And if they're a healthy individual, they will. So then you guys just mutually survive as whole people, right? Not leaning on each other, with no expectation of the third, of the, of spirit kicking in. So it's a complex thing, but that is it. Knowing that you are not alone and that it was worth it and that you put your faith in the right place, right? And we're going to go from the top. Fear. Being alone, maybe. Walking with that new perspective. Yeah. Because if others are considering you not well behaved, that is sort of a hermit journey. But at least you do have your lantern. You've got your star. You've got your ivory wish fulfilling crow. You got perspective on like at least 8 counts with that star inside that lantern, right? The hermit is wise. So informed. You'll be informed. Everything you need to know, once you take that action towards your soul's desire, whatever it is, all right? Whatever this is. As soon as you take that action, you're going to what is it? You take one step in the direction of your soul's desire, the universe will take 10 steps towards you. Little bits of time, and you will almost like spoon feed yourself nectar all along the path, like the healer, right? The healer is it's you. It's how you soothe yourself with knowing that you hold the blade in the void, so anything's possible. Do you want the already expected DNA structure here, or do you want to untwist that and make it something new to where, again, the judge is a pleasant experience because you know that when anyone is in a position that you're aware of, especially yourself, and that's really what matters here is the self. Because you're making history, whatever it is. For you, you're personally making history. This is making history. You're going to change how people view and judge. Personal perspective, right? What's important to a self? What's worth risking? How to change the world by example, right? So if the hermit is the fear, maybe having to be alone at the top, as it were, at the top of that perspective, anyway. Oh, okay. Perspective for sure. The alchemist. Temperance. All right. Knowing that you influence the environment around you. You know, mixing the old with the new perspective. Creates a whole new attitude. You know, once you get past feeling, oh, I'm alone with this, direct connection, then you go to, okay, well, let me go ahead and love this. Love this effect that I have in my environment. Use my power for good. You know, be the change I wish to see. You know? Yeah. Why do I keep wanting to shovel? Put that down. All right. Outcome. I'm sorry. Advice. Oh, we didn't go in the middle. We're going in the middle. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. That's the bridge. Owning your influence. Yep. Owning your position right now. Right after the Eight of Pentacles, you're owning your influence right now. Well-behaved people rarely make history. She is standing alone, but she's standing alone in the best possible way. Right? Advice. Woohoo! Be yourself. Flow true. You know, True North, you can defend that all day, baby. That's the Seven of Wands. That's the Nine of Pentacles. That's the Ten of Cups. That's the Ten of Wands. That's the Two of Cups. It's every single card here is walking in the knowing that you and your connection with you and all that is will let you know if you're not going in the right direction, right? That's beautiful. That's trusting. And knowing that you're making appropriate changes in the moments that you're in. Owning your power, owning your energy, owning your influence. Outcome. Ooh. The world in your hands. Two of Wands. Back to where we began. The world in your hands. Look. Start with a void. You end up with the world in your hands. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. Knowing that it's yours with this Temperance and this Hermit and this Ace of Cups flowing. You have the blade. You have the choice. You have the ability to behave badly. Badly. In quotation marks here. In order to change history, do it. Be different than what your current trajectory puts you out to be, right? Change that. Get excited about maybe what little, 1 degree change will change a whole ship's destination, right? 1 degree change on a steering wheel, the bigger the vehicle gets, the more difference it makes, right? And our aim is to have some big influence. So being really, really respect, like full of respect for the influence that you have, and owning that as if you were a king. Avoid anything is possible. You have the blade, one way or the other. You can use that to change the future and even change the past. Changing perspective can change things from every direction. Just things balance out. Things balance out. Your ripple effect is real. You will change history just by changing who you were written down to be, right? Up until now. It doesn't take much. Just a moment. Thank you. See, now I didn't even, thank you very much. I didn't notice when the hourglass ended. So we're going to work on that. Thank you so much for playing along with your new happy place. And until next time, thanks for loving, showing all that love, subscribing, liking, all those beautiful things. Thank you, Pete.